Okay, before I get started, I'm going to show my audience. Religious leader and American politician Ezra Taft Benson once said, "You are free to choose, but you are not free to alter the consequences." I think this quote relates to all of the choices we make, especially those regarding our choices to use drugs like marijuana. When you choose to use the drug marijuana, you also must deal with the consequences that come in with using an illegal substance in the state of Virginia, the harm it causes to your health, and how it negatively impacts others. Today, I'm going to persuade you not to use marijuana. The first and most obvious reason not to use marijuana is it is a legal substance in the state of Virginia. Quoted directly from Virginia law, it shall be unlawful for any person to sell, give, distribute, or possess marijuana with intent to sell, give, or distribute marijuana. The law also states that if you are caught with up to 1/2 ounce of marijuana, it is a Class 1 misdemeanor. If it's over 1/2 ounce, it's a Class 5 felony. And if it's over 5 pounds, it's a Class 5 felony, and you can spend 5 to 30 years in prison. If you accumulate 3 felonies, you can spend 5 years to life in prison. All of these also can cost you thousands of dollars in fines. When choosing to use marijuana, you must ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it worth having to spend years of your life in jail? If you're lucky enough not to go to jail, is it worth having a criminal record that will disqualify you from many jobs and schools you could go to? And many employers require you to pass a drug test. So if you have marijuana in your system, you will not be able to pass it. These things all can negatively affect your career and your future. Another area of your life that marijuana can harm is your health. The National Institute on Drug Abuse mentions that young people are increasingly becoming more and more comfortable with the drug. They feel like it's safe and it's not going to harm them. It's also the most commonly used drug in the United States. I myself have heard the argument from people who use it that it's safe because it comes from a plant and it's natural, but this is not the case. It actually can have very severe effects on your health. So according to the Citizens Against Legalization of Marijuana, marijuana can damage your brain, DNA, and increase your risk of a heart attack. Our brains are not done developing until we're in our mid-20s, so this can especially be harmful for young people. Marijuana also shrinks the hippocampus, which is a part of your brain in charge for memory and learning. So by the time you're 38, if you started using marijuana young, you can have lost up to 8 points of your IQ, which is a significant decrease. It damages DNA by causing mutations. And 1 hour after smoking marijuana, your risk of a heart attack increases by 4 times. The American Lung Association notes that marijuana has carcinogens in it just like cigarettes when you smoke it. It can cause bronchitis and lower your immune system. I also would like to mention that unless you yourself are personally growing your own marijuana, there's no telling what other dangerous drugs or substances could be in it. So in an essence, you are putting your health in the hands of your drug dealer. The last consequence of using marijuana is one that many people don't think about. It is the negative impact it can have on those around you. CBS News has said that secondhand smoke from marijuana is equivalent to that of the secondhand smoke from cigarettes. And the Citizens Against Legalization of Marijuana have mentioned that when you are high, you double your risk of traffic deaths. I personally know this to be true. 2 of my neighbors, who were a couple, went out to get ice cream. The boyfriend who was driving was high on marijuana. He drove directly into another car, and it killed his girlfriend sitting in the passenger seat. I don't think either of them ever thought that something like that could happen, but unfortunately, he is now spending time in prison, and he has to live with the consequence of using marijuana and driving. Though many people feel that it's just a harmless drug and it's natural, it's from a plant, it relaxes you, and it's safe, this is not the case. Marijuana has very severe consequences from breaking the law, the harm it causes to your health, and the negative impact it has on the lives of others. This is a life-altering drug. If you are currently using marijuana, I urge you to weigh the risks and stop. If you have never used marijuana, I urge you to never start. I am going to show you another shot of my audience.